directly into the studio.
All right.
Let's see.
I don't know what happened here. This thing totally glitched. Right, now
Now
we're live on the Facebook.
Hi,
and we're
everybody.
live on the Instagram. Donna Hoslow joined because probably she saw that we were not on the Facebook. Hannah Rosenberg joined in El Pacifico 923.
Hey, El.
La Rain.
Rain. Hi, everybody. It's me, the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. Welcome to Twisted Stitches Monday night. And
Paula's
joined.
Catching
up. Who?
DM so.
Oh, that's Donna, my son.
Donna Nahaja says Facebook, no live feed. Yeah, the thing wouldn't connect for some reason.
Yeah, it was because Paul messed up. I almost used the bad word, but Paul messed up. And he's getting there now.
Oh, my God.
We have just been spinning our little tails. Whoa. What's that, Paul?
We're way behind on comments. Like, way behind. Beth Ann Wilkes, hi from Minnesota. Is she near Frostbite Falls? Honey, is she near Frostbite Falls?
What are you asking me for? Do I look like I'm in Minnesota?
I don't know. Nancy Parks, woohoo. The best part of Monday is here. Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Make sure you put a picture up of Maisie. I want to see Maisie.
Oh, I read that one. Donna Hajlo. Yes, the J is loudly pronounced. Says, hi, everybody.
Hi, Donna.
Kristen Parkhurst, who was in recently, says hi with a hand-waving emoji. And one of my favorite names on the planet is?
Oriana Christina Bruno.
Yeah, Oriana Christina Bruno. Hello, everyone. You know, it's funny. We were walking on our walk the other morning, and Paulette says, oh, you know what kind of flowers those are? No, it's like one of your favorite friends. It's a rose of, Sharon.
One of his favorite words is
Sharon.
I
love Sharon.
Sharon.
Marianne Murray Summers says hello. Lila Foster, hi, Yarnies. Hi, Lila. Nancy Parks, everybody looks so stiff.
You look stiff?
Whoa.
Maybe it's like that.
Whoa.
Maybe it's like that cutout that we see when we're walking.
Oh, my God.
Creepy man in the window.
Oh, yeah. We walk by this house every day.
All right, I'm good.
And,
how's that?
and we see this real creepy guy every time. So I took a picture of him, and Paulette took a picture of him and sent him to her daughter.
And he's not a guy.
No, it's a Dana DeVito cutout.
It's a Dana DeVito. Is that Dana DeVito? I'm like, no, it's some old guy who's standing there in the window.
Looks like,
I said, no, it's not. It's a Dana DeVito cutout.
Looks like Ed Asner, actually. Yeah, why would you put that in your window?
I don't know, but he
know.
was giving me the creeps every day when I was walking.
And all the way from...
He's not alive. He's fake. We finally figured it out.
He's more stiff than you guys are. What are you doing with the mic?
It fell off.
It fell off. You got to clip it. It's got to clip.
It was clipping.
And all the way from Eureka, California, we've got Rita Johnson Cotterman in the house. Hello, everyone.
Now you get to see all the funny faces he makes when he makes
Pamela Rose Atkins, otherwise known as Pamela Rose on the Instagram, says hi. And all the way from Cape Cod, we've got Darren Chars. Hello from Cape Cod. Deborah Jansen. Hello from East Lyme. Whoa, local. Where you at?
Where you at?
Heather Campbell. Hello from Canada. Wait a minute. Isn't she supposed to be in Wawa at the Wawa?
Yeah, she's the Wawa.
Is there Wawa in Canada?
Canada.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather. Nancy Robertson. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Nancy. Nancy thought you were going to be our guest host tonight. You're a guest host? No, she's a guest, not a guest host.
Now, Michelle's more like family than guest. Donna, my son, says,
girl assistant.
good evening.
Nitty Gritty assistant.
Exactly.
Beth Ann Wilkes, my package came today. Thank you for the book patterns. Yay. Julie Denny Stark says hello.
Hello.
Say hi to the Stark man.
Stark dude.
Maureen Stoffel Biancarosa. Hi, Michelle. That's got to be your friend. That's Mo?
Yeah.
That's Mo.
How come every Maureen is Mo?
Yep.
We know a Maureen that's a Mo. Actually, we know two Maureens that are Mo's.
We know two Mo's. We know Momo.
Two Mo. If we knew another one, then we'd know Mo. Nan Parshall Gordon. I see the chat, but nothing else.
What did she say?
She sees the chat, but nothing else.
I know.
It's showing here.
I haven't heard anybody else say they're not seeing anything else.
Kelly Kohlhofer joined us on the Facebook. What's up? It's Charlie Dukes. Charlie Dukes is joining us live on the Instagram. Hey, Charlie.
They're all buddies from the car business.
Oh, my God. I love the car business. Lorraine Schiller.
Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, all, including the cameraman with one of these emojis. Look,
everybody loves the cameraman.
this emoji.
The cameraman. Kelly.
Cameraman can, cause he mixes it with love and makes the camera go round.
Did you hear what she said? She said he looks like a Chinaman. I said he is a Chinaman.
Donna Haslow back on the Facebook, and Jackie Vandenberg. Hi from West Bend, Wisconsin.
Hi, Jackie. That's Jack's baby. Jack's baby moved.
I know. He's not my first rodeo.
Oh, my goodness.
Debbie Andretta, hello from Central Pennsylvania.
Hi, Debbie.
And we've got Gloria Homothes. Hello from Spring, Tejas.
Tejas. Tejas. Like, really? Who calls it Tejas?
This guy. Kristen Parkhurst, I practiced my cables and did my homework, Michelle.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Beverly Riser.
I'm a good student.
Unlike
you.
Unlike Tucker, who ate his homework on the first day.
But now when we go out for a walk, this is what Tucker does.
A fly goes by and he loses all focus.
No, he has to say focus on me.
Yeah, he has to look
Me.
at her.
He's looking at me. I'm the special person.
Beverly Riser, you make my Monday and it's my birthday today. Whoa, you know what that means. Oh, no. And a one. No. Oh, what is this? Your first time singing happy birthday to somebody? And a one, and a two, and a three. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, dear Beverly, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha, and many more.
No.
Are you one? Are you two? Are you?
No, we don't ask anybody who's
All
a
right.
Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl community person. How old
Happy
they are.
birthday, Beverly Riser.
Happy birthday, Beverly.
Michelle Marty Barrett, hello from Rhode Island.
Hello, Michelle.
Carolyn Noller, hello everyone,
Hi,
all the way from
Virginia.
Virginia. Nancy Robertson, Michelle-KGYGA.
Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl assistant.
Ah, I like it. Yeah, we're going to highlight that comment right
It's
there.
a Kiga. She's a Kiga.
Donna Nahaja says, happy birthday with a cake emoji. And Julia Johnson Roy, aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
I feel like I need a grass skirt and I should be doing the hula thing.
You know, Paul, if only you were on camera.
No,
No,
no.
we're not gonna put you on camera.
I'm the camera guy.
We'll be the Paul
No,
Myers
I'm
show.
behind the camera. Kristen
You're
Parkhurst
not
throws
behind
up
the camera.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 emojis.
Laughing.
Sideways laughing face emojis.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The ladybugs at the ladybug picnic. That reminded me of a song. Look at Michelle's eyes. Oh my God. If Mark Rodriguez was watching, the eye roll is perfect. You must be hanging with this one a lot because you got that eye roll down perfect.
We've been doing it. What was I was counting something one day in the car and counting along. I was like 1, 2, 3.
And it reminded me of a
I
song.
must have been counting stitches.
Yeah.
I was going to say, were you knitting?
Right. And counting. I'm in the car. I'm counting stitches. I'm
Yeah.
certainly not counting cars.
Reminded me of a song.
And he said, remind me of a song. Like, he started singing the Ladybugs at the Ladybug Picnic song.
I hadn't heard that one.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Jackie Vandenberg says, happy birthday, Beverly, with a bunch of music emojis. And Kristen Parkhurst, love the cha-cha-cha.
The cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, like
Oh,
that word they
cha-cha.
do, cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
We do that in school with the kids. Well, I'm a big kid. That's why I still do it.
That's right.
Beverly Riser says, thank you all.
That's a
Couple emojis.
we hope you have an
Michelle
amazing year.
Marty Barrett says, I hope to visit you soon. Yes. We live for that. Lila Foster, happy birthday, Beverly, with a bunch of emojis. And Mary Evans, hello from Lavon, Tejas.
Can you say Texas? The X is not silent. You say Nahajlo when it should be
Because that
Nahalo.
no, the J is pronounced.
Well, then
All
you're
right.
You're my jur then.
Gotcha. Touche.
I mean, nothing.
You're Paul Major.
Enough people call him that. This is
Just call me
Roger.
anything. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, that's
Oh.
so old.
Nancy Park says Michelle is going to need a strong drink before this is over.
Oh boy, may I speak now?
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Whew. Well, we are so happy to have you all here with us tonight. It's always a pleasure to welcome everyone on Monday nights. We are glad that we bring you some joy and some smiles. Do not talk and do not interrupt me, Paul, because I'm in the middle of saying hi to everybody now in a collective hello. And I am honored to share this evening with Michelle Mingo Lewis. Michelle and I met, I guess, was it during COVID when you were knitting something for Jody? When you just started knitting for
I
Jody?
don't think it was during COVID, but I don't think anything was still open yet. Twist had already closed. You were the
No,
last.
it was before Twist was closed. It was the knit was closed.
The knit was closed.
Twist only closed in
And
April
that's
of
only
last
2
year.
years ago.
Yeah.
The
I
knit was
know.
closed.
I remember
don't
you were
remember.
knitting something for Jody and you needed yarn and you
Yeah,
called me and I don't know
exactly.
how you got to know me.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's Michelle showed up at my house one day because we still had
I got to see her
the
basement
shop in our house, right? And you mentioned that you were knitting for Jody at the time, and it was a Jody long yarn that she was looking for. And so anyway, that was when we
That was
met,
the
but we
first
really
time.
didn't know very much about each other until we were getting ready to open the shop. And I guess maybe that's when you were doing more knitting for Jody. Oh, and I guess we really met when Jody was here.
Right. You're opening.
Yeah,
You're
at the
opening
grand
weekend.
opening. And I had known of Michelle and that she was a master knitter, and in my head I had always wondered about that. I had thought about going to get my own master certification at one time. And of course then business gets busy and you don't do it. And so I learned so much from Michelle in the short amount of time that I've known her. And you've been a wealth of information here. Michelle's now doing the classes here for me at the shop, and she does some filling in. But I think that's most intriguing to me, and I think what many people would like to know about is that whole master certification. And there was a training class that I taught in the real estate industry, and we called it Journey to Mastery. And I think for you, it's still a journey. Am I right?
It's still a journey. I'm now using everything that I learned while I went
That's
for my
interesting.
mastery.
Yep.
So, like when I go to knit something now, I'm knitting it with all of the techniques and all of everything that I learned while I was going for my mastery.
So what made you want to get your master's certificate?
So it started out that when the knit opened, and I was going to fill in for her like I do for you. She asked me whether I had my mastery, and at the time she was working on hers.
Right.
So I said no, but I had started it or paid for it, enrolled, whatever you want to call it, years ago.
Oh, interesting.
And it to me at that time where I was in life, I guess, it was boring.
That's where I am now.
I just want
That's
to
where I
admit.
am now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I said, nah, I can't do this. So Betty she was working on hers. So I said, yeah, why not? So I started I signed up for the first level. So to go for the mastery, it's three levels, right? And each level builds off of what you've learned in the previous level. And then when you get to the third level, you're basically you have to be top notch. And at the third level you have to design. So you have to actually design a sweater and design a hat.
So so the first level,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
is what does that involve?
So
Just briefly.
The first level is seaming, increases, decreases. So the whole program, you have to do a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
you build your reference library like there's no tomorrow, and they make you do swatches. They tell you, I want you to do a swatch, a center double decrease. It has to be 20 stitches wide. You're going to do a center double decrease. It has to be 4 inches long. I mean, they give you particulars, and you better work to those particulars, or you get a comment back when you get your comments. So once you work through they send you a pamphlet that has everything they want you to do. There's always a project in every level. So the project in the first level was a mitten. They give you all the instructions. They tell you everything they want you on all your different swatches. There's like 19 swatches. Then there's a list of questions you have to answer, and some of them you need to research to find out what the answer is. And you have to write a report. So in the first level, you had to write a report on blocking, on the different ways to block. And it has to be, 2 to 3 pages, and they give you all these particulars. And part of the process is making sure you can follow directions, right? Because they're saying if you're reading a knitting pattern, you need to be able to follow directions. And so when they give you the directions, they expect you to follow them. And the whole thing is run by the Knitting Guild of America,
right?
Knitting Guild Association, I think they're called. Great organization to join. You pay some dues, but you get a subscription to the Cast On magazine. In the Cast On magazine, the projects actually have techniques built into them, and they explain how to do the technique.
And that's not just for people who are master.
No,
have their
that's
master.
for everybody.
Right. So
anybody who joins the TKGA gets a subscription to Cast On, and it's a great magazine.
So so you each level or each piece that you did had the instructions, and then you had to submit those instructions. You had to do all your research.
Correct. I'll show you what I had to do for my third level. I didn't bring them all because they're huge books, but this is what you have to submit. It's a 3-inch binder.
Whoa.
I just want to knit, guys.
It's a 3-inch binder. This was my third level. Inside, I had to write a report on fiber, on 4 different fibers and the characteristics of the fiber and all of that. Then I had to write a report on traditional knitting. So I did it on Fair Island Ganseys. And you have to have your references. It's like you're back in school. And then, Paul, can you see this?
Yeah.
Can you see this? Okay.
Yeah.
And then
They can't read it, but they can see it.
Right.
Then I had to do some reviews. You had to review a design book. You had to review a techniques book. And you have to put in all your comments on what you think. You had to review magazines.
Did you literally send this whole thing to them?
Literally send
Wow.
this whole
Today I'm
thing
sure
to
you have
them.
you probably sent a PDF of it.
Yeah. Nope. They want to see all of this. They tell you the order to put it in the
Oh my
in
goodness.
the book. This is
That's so much like work.
This is a swatch. So
Right.
this is a swatch of twisted blended decreases. And your swatches have to be blocked
Oopsie,
to
sorry.
perfection.
Let me-
You
Here,
gotta
hold
have-
it up to the screen.
You got to have a label on it with your name and address, and then what swatch it was supposed to be.
The model hand this afternoon will be Paul Meyer.
And then so these are all different decreases.
Beautiful, Michelle.
And then you had to do, this one is a double brioche. You had
Oh my
to do a double
goodness.
brioche swatch. We had to do a herringbone swatch, a double knitting swatch, an entrelac swatch.
Oh my gosh.
A honeycomb smocking stitch swatch, an elongated stitch,
Wow.
slip stitch. This is just for this level. I've got all of these different, but they're different swatches
Don't lose
for the whole thing.
You
And
really
then if
need to swatch what you're doing.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, swatch
And
everything.
And then at the end of it, then you have to design, because now you're at the third level now. They expect that you design so you had to design a sweater and a hat.
Did you design using a lot of the different techniques that you learned? Okay.
So the design, the hat had to be either Fair Isle or an Aran, Irish knit
Yep.
The sweater had to be what you didn't do
Sweater
for the
wetter.
hat. So I picked an errand for my hat, which is this. I designed this hat, and for the hat, it had to have bobbles, it had to have cables, and the cables had to go up into the
Very
Into the
nice.
crown.
into the crown.
So all of you, everyone who is in our stitch camp, this is going to be your final project.
Exactly.
Bobbles,
Wow.
cables, increases, decreases, reading a pattern. We're joking. Kristen,
Wow.
don't
And I
jump
had to
out of the
write
window.
Yeah, and we had to write the pattern for it.
That's something. So that was the hat you chose.
That was the hat, and then so I had to do a fair isle for my sweater.
Oh my
Hey.
gosh.
This was
Chloe
my
joined
sweater.
us.
Who?
Chloe.
Oh, hi, Chloe. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
And since my family hails from the Caribbean, so we had to say what our, what was
Your
our inspiration behind
yeah.
our sweaters. So since my family hails from the Caribbean, I said, okay, so I did like the water and the sand and then the colors for the flowers. But I used like 10 colors.
Wow.
And it had to be traditional Fair Isle specifications. Like it couldn't have anything else. You had to use steeks for the sleeves, steeks for the neck. I did a steek for the back neck.
Wow.
So you designed that whole thing.
I designed this one. Yeah.
Wow. That is
Very
absolutely
nice.
gorgeous. So when you think about everything that you put into this course,
Yeah,
everything that you learn, how do you use that today?
so today I use it like helping you at the shop, and you have customers that come in. I have the confidence that I know what I'm talking about when I go to help them.
Right. Right.
I have the confidence that I know what I'm talking about when I go to help them pick out a yarn that they need to use. So that's mainly how I'm using it now.
Right.
And then of course in knitting for myself or for others, I had started an Etsy shop, and I felt like if I'm going to sell my product, then I need to make sure it's the best product that I can give them.
Got it.
Sell
So
to them.
let's
All right, we got a couple of comments to get caught up on. Don Nahajo says, no, the J is not pronounced, only by Paul, LOL. Lila Foster says, I second that. I don't remember what she seconded, so kindly let us know what you second. Rita Johnson Cotterman, I'm so excited. Jody is going to be in my town in September.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Gloria Hamilthies shared. And Rita Johnson Cotterman says, how long is the program?
It's three levels. The first level they give you a year to do. The second level is a year and a half, and the third level is 2 years. So it took me 4 years to do it.
Wow. Like a college. It's like college.
It's like college.
It's like yarn college.
And the thing is, you do all this and you send it into them, right? And then it could take them months because they send that book among the different reviewers.
Right. Right.
So 3 or 4 people look at it and give their comments on it. And then you get one letter back from somebody in the TKGA, whether you passed or not, with comments on your swatches and all of that stuff.
Julie Denny Sark, beautiful hat. Rita Johnson Cotterman, beautiful. And Oriana Christina Bruno says, amazing work.
It is
Thank
amazing.
you.
Nan Purcell Gordon, gorgeous. Julie Denny Sark, wow, the colors are great in that sweater.
I
Sweater,
like the
wada.
whole Caribbean theme that you did. In there. It's
I
really cute.
love the meaning behind it, she says.
Yeah.
Lorraine Schiller, bravo, good for you. And Donna Nahajo, sweater is beautiful. Sweater, wada. Donna Nahajo, Michelle, thank you for sharing about the Master Knit program. And Nancy Robertson, that is extremely, all caps, impressive, Michelle. Lila
you.
Foster, Michelle needs a stiff drink. Oh, that's what you second.
she
That's
seconded
right.
that.
Yeah.
Michelle needs a stiff drink.
Wow, it's getting a whole new dimension on
Right.
Michelle here.
We have, and it's a whole new dimension on this whole knitting mastery program. It's most of us don't aspire to that
Right.
level. We just want to knit, or if we're a happy gnome, we can follow a pattern, we can do stranded color work, whatever, all the things that we can do. But to want to do it, like you say, you wanted to sell your work, and to do that, you felt you didn't want to just pass it off as something that you knew.
Right.
You can then, you could say,
Like with Deb.
Right.
You know, she wanted that custom sweater.
Right.
I'm
Sweater
confident enough to know that I could knit her that sweater.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And if it had to be
And-
taken out, we knew we had to, when she
Right.
come in for a fit. So Michelle actually knitted a custom sweater for a customer.
And
Andy-
she loves it because
She
she saw her
absolutely-
daughter.
You saw her daughter
Oh, you
at
did?
Fish Salt.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
absolutely loves it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we had someone else who came in who needed to have a sweater repaired.
Yeah.
We had
Sweater.
Christmas stockings that needed to be fixed. I can't
Yeah.
believe that. I was amazed at the number of people who have Christmas stockings from 50 years ago that they want to
Or fix.
duplicate or fix.
Tricks.
And do you have that yarn? Well, I do, but it's not 50 years old, so it doesn't quite look like that anymore.
Nancy Parks, Michelle, would you consider designing more, or are you designing now?
So yes, so that's something I do want to do. So when I slow down from some of this knitting for Jody, I do want to design some of my own. Whether
Yep.
it's sweaters, hats, socks.
Sweater,
I
wetter.
don't know what, but I do, that was one of the things that I wanted to do.
Does it matter? I mean, do you think that it would be easier to design, say, a scarf first or a cowl first? Or,
Absolutely.
yeah, something
Absolutely.
straight,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Like these two, I had to write the pattern for. So I have the patterns for those,
Uh-huh.
but I only have them in my size.
Right,
Right.
right,
So I
right.
would have to write them up.
Right. So
for-
that's something totally, that's
Right.
another dimension
Right.
to designing is.
Right. I think designing a shawl is
Uh-huh.
something that I could start with as well.
Right, right.
Jillian Goldrich joins us on the Instagram, says
Jillian.
hi. And on the Facebook, Julia Johnson Roy says, congratulations. Your hard work has paid off. Very talented woman.
Yes,
And-
she is.
Somebody who was just here the other day, Margaret Oliveira. I commend you for your work and creativity, which gives us an opportunity to follow and learn from you and others. Huge accomplishment in being a master knitter, with a heart emoji. Nancy Park says, Paul, please don't talk over Michelle and Paulette.
Who said that?
Nancy Parks.
Nancy Park.
She got you.
I think for the first time in the 12 years or 13 years that I know my husband, his mouth is hung open and there's nothing coming out of it.
Can I
And
speak now?
he is always telling me that I talk over
Oh,
other people.
please. Please.
So thank you for recognizing that and for bringing it out. I really appreciate that.
Jeannie McLean says, hi, y'all.
Jeannie, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. So curious to all the folks that are watching tonight and joining us here tonight. Does anyone aspire to this level with your nipples? Paul's just having to figure out the knit stitch. And how to make sure he only has 15 stitches on his needle. But truly, is there anyone out there who's ever aspired to doing that and
Or was wondering what it was?
yeah, wondering what it's about or if it's something that, because I mean, I had heard about it. I knew it existed. I have a friend who's a master crochet, has a mastery in crochet too, Lois Arsenal.
Yep, they do both. And Lynn has a mastery too in knitting.
Lynn.
Lynn, oh my God, her last name's. She comes on Thursday mornings.
Lynn, wait a minute. Oh, Lynn Monahan? Oh,
She has a mastery,
does.
yes.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I
She
didn't
got
know
hers
that.
before we got ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Very nicely. Yes, Paul.
Nancy Park says, sorry, I couldn't hear Michelle. Lorraine Schiller says, this was very interesting. Thanks for sharing, Michelle. Have a good week, all. Lorraine, where are you going? The show's not over yet. Darren Shower says, I think I might want to try the master level.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, Darren.
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
that would be really good. Yeah.
Not only the mastery, if you don't even want to go on the mastery, they have other educational courses like taming your tension. Like it's a course just on working on your tension. Or they have a pattern editing course
Uh-huh.
that they do that I signed up for and still haven't finished it because I just don't have time. But yeah, and then part of the mastery is too, like I was thrilled when you were going to open because I'm thinking part of my goal was to have my own shop. But now I have the best of both worlds.
Oh, I was
because
thinking
you have the work of
you waiting for me to retire.
you have the work of the shop, and I get to teach. You have the work of the shop, and I get to teach people what I know.
No, that's great. It really is, and it works out for both of us.
Right.
So that's wonderful. Yes.
Donna Hajlo says, I had only heard about it, was not aware how long it took, but the end results are worth it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna highlight that one right there.
I'm sure that it takes you to the level of you. It doesn't matter what somebody puts in front of you to knit, you can do, or to fix, you can do it. I mean, I've watched Michelle take people's work out in the middle of the work, and which is something that I'm doing right now, the first time ever that I'm knitting backwards. But until you're put in the position of having to do it, you don't even consider doing it. Where once you've gone through a class like this, it's no big deal. It's like, yeah, okay, I got this. I can do this, and yeah, so that's really cool.
Julie Denny Stark says, I think you could totally do it, Darren.
Yeah, I think
Donna Hajlo says, Darren, you can do it. And Cindy Kelly says, I've wanted to do the Master Knitters program for a while now, but have been afraid to try it.
Go ahead.
You are inspiring me, Michelle.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And that's one of the things that I
don't be afraid to do it. The worst part is getting your first comments back, because they criticize your work. Well, I can't say criticize. They critique your work, and they will send you pages of this swatch is accepted, this swatch, and they'll pinpoint on your swatch where you've got a big stitch that's not
right. Your tension was off.
Yeah, your tension was off, and that's where I learned a lot about the stockinette stitch and making sure the tension was correct. Because if you turn your work over, and like if you have an area where the stitches are larger, if you turn your work over, you can actually see a gutter between the garter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, how old were you when you learned how to knit?
I was about 8, and then later on around 12. My mother she knitted at the time, but didn't know how to follow a pattern. And she was making hooded sweaters for my sister and I.
Sweater.
And her increases ended up over here. And so the hood looked like Mickey Mouse. Like, I'll never forget these sweaters. The hood looked like Mickey Mouse because it had the ears over here. And to this day, I'm the only one in my family that does anything having to do with
any crafting.
My mother crochets. She'll crochet now, but you always have to start it for her, and then she can keep on going.
Okay.
Because she can't read the pattern.
Okay. And you do crochet as well.
I do crochet as well.
Yeah.
Latch hook, crochet, knitting. I took a weaving class from Stephanie out in Old Lyme.
Oh yeah. I made 2 alpaca rugs. That was actually fun. I have a $250 rag rug that I could have gotten in Marshall's for $24.99.
I have 2 alpaca rugs that are folded up and they're not even anywhere yet.
And so, but at least I know at least I knew that I didn't want to do that anymore. Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Rita Johnson Cutterman, it is inspiring. And Darren Shower says, where do I find it?
Online, tkga.org.
Cindy Kelly put TKGA. So just add .org to that. And Lila Foster says 8 seems to be the consistent age for learning to knit.
Yep, I learned when I was around 8 years old as well, sitting next to my grandma. And it was more about being with my grandmother than it was. Right. And that was crocheting. My mother's mother taught me to crochet. I spent a lot of time in my grandmother's store with her. And if she wasn't in the store waiting on customers, she was sitting in the living room watching her soap operas with her little crochet hook, and she used to use I remember a Maxwell House coffee can that she put the ball of yarn into. That wasn't yarn; it was cotton. It was cotton. They crocheted with cotton. And then my father's mother knitted, and so I learned how to knit from my father's mother. I learned how to crochet from my mother's mother. I learned how to sew from my mom.
Those would both be your grandmothers.
Yeah. My mother sewed a lot, so I learned how to sew. But I also learned how to in high school. Learned how to sew.
Yeah, I learned more sewing on my own when my mother wasn't helping me. or teaching me because it was never good enough because she sewed for as a profession. So everything had to be perfect, perfect. And I was a kid. I didn't want to be perfect. I just wanted to get it done. Yes, Paul.
Lila Foster, I sat on the floor next to my Aunt Marie watching her.
Honey, it's
Chris,
Aunt Marie.
Aunt Marie.
Aunt Marie. There's no aunts.
It's Aunt Marie.
I say aunt.
You say aunt?
I say aunt.
Auntie.
I say
Auntie.
Tomato. You say
tomato. Tomato.
Kristen Parker says, I learned 2 years ago at 51 as my daughter headed to college. Empty nesters. A new hobby was needed.
Well, good for you. Good for you. And now you're learning all these different stitches so you won't be afraid to tackle something new. Our stitch camp, our summer knit camp's going pretty well. See, I shouldn't say pretty well. It's very nicely. I'm really pleased with it. So, so that's good. So I love the fact that we have connected and that we've kind of established our own relationship here and it works for both of us. And you get to spend some time in the shop and I get to get a little breather because I can't be all things to all people. And I'm okay with that. As long as you surround yourself with the people who you know can get the job done and you have the confidence in them. That's how I feel with you. Thank you for all you do.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Yes, Paul.
And just for clarification, Lila Foster says, I say it like pool.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Lila.
I highlighted that comment.
Oh,
all
did you?
right. I like Lila already.
All right. Did you highlight Michelle? Did you highlight Nancy Parks's comment telling you to stop talking?
What
over?
comment was that?
Beverly. The only other person in my family that knitted was my aunt. I had my father's sister-in-law, and I always remember being mesmerized because she knit continental. And I knit this way.
Yeah.
And so I was always saying, she's not knitting. How is she knitting?
She's kind of crocheting with two needles.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
that's really what continental knitting looks like.
She was the only other one that knit. Other than that, I'm the only one that knits in our family.
Interesting.
On either side of our family.
Wow. Huh. Cool.
Well, I do continental breakfast.
No, honey, you do the Hungry Man buffet.
Oh, that was good the other day.
Oh, that was stomach.
The real Hungry Man.
As your mom used to say, scrambled eggs and bacon and ham and sausage and pancakes and whatnot.
Because everything that was on the plate, it's like everything that was on the menu.
You had the other day, churned my stomach. Oh my God.
Which one was that?
The one in New Jersey.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, with hot sauce and maple syrup and bacon chunks and
waffle with chicken, fried chicken. Oh, it was the fashizzle.
Just the sound of it. I didn't even have to eat it. Just the sound of it.
Beverly Reiser learned crochet from my mom and her mom. That'd be her grandmother.
Yeah.
Taught myself to knit way back in my 20s.
Yeah.
Well, so with YouTube now, a lot of people are teaching themselves to knit. We didn't have YouTube back in our day.
Let me tell you, I tried YouTube. It didn't work for me.
I was going to say, not everybody can learn from a video. It's, and we talk about that with the classes too. Everybody learns differently. Some need to hear it. Some need to do it. Some need to see it. And so that's why it's great to have instructors and people who you can turn to for help with things. Yes, Paul.
Rebellioness says, my mother was left-handed and I'm right-handed. So me learning anything from her was not good.
But it's funny because I was 8 years old when I learned how to knit, and I'm left-handed. My grandmother who taught me to knit was right-handed. So I knit right-handed. The grandmother who taught me how to crochet was left-handed. I crochet with my left hand. So it's like I was too young to know the difference. They said, here, hold this and do that. And I was like, okay. Right. And that's how it worked. Yes, Paul.
Nick Hip 514 joined on the Instagram. Who's Nick Hip 514?
NIKKIP?
Yeah.
I believe that's my cousin Louie's wife's, the one that does the people who made our masks. They remember we had masks made during COVID with the KnittyGrittyYarnGirl logo.
Oh yeah,
one of the two girls. I think that's one of the two girls who does the masks. Yeah.
Mary Evans, I taught myself to crochet in my late 20s and have yet to learn how to knit, but I want to learn. And Judy Roy says, I learned when I was in junior high.
High?
Carolyn Nola learned both sitting in my grandmother's lap.
How cute. Yeah. So we have, and that's what I was saying before. The memories that we have when we learn these crafts, especially from grandparents or aunts, family members who taught us. It's the love that you got from sharing that, from them sharing with you. I think it had so much to do with us wanting to then continue it as we got older, because when we were kids, we really didn't understand what we were doing. We were just doing it. I was happy sitting next to my grandmother with a crochet hook that had a hook on it that was smaller than anything I'd ever seen, because all she crocheted with cotton all the time. Mm-hmm. So I was little tiny hooks in my little tiny hands, and she was teaching me, and I was happy as a clam. Yeah.
Yeah, I taught both my kids how to knit and crochet.
Yeah.
They don't do either one, but
at least they know.
They taught them how. They see me doing it, that's for sure.
Right. And if Paul says, when you first started with learning to knit, every time you'd pick up your knitting, you'd say, you have to jumpstart. You have to jumpstart me. You have to pop the clutch. Like, I need help. I need help. At least now you can pick it up and just start doing it. But you don't do it often enough. And until you do, you'll never get that scarf done. But that's okay. It's your scarf and you have a good time with it.
I'm going to have it done by Christmas of 2025.
25?
Oh, 24.
Thank goodness yarn doesn't break. Doesn't get stale.
If Tucker gets a hold of it.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. I think we should let Michelle pull a name out of the sharing bucket.
Hold on a second. We got a couple more comments. Rita Johnson Cotterman, my daughter taught me to knit in 2019.
Oh, cool.
And Lila Foster says, my mother says if I could knit, I could crochet. After I was very frustrated one day, she announced that maybe not everyone that knits can crochet. And Beth Ann Wilt says, I learned from my grandmother when I was 7. I had gotten a knit for Christmas. I still have her first swatch that I made. I got smaller and smaller. No, it got smaller and smaller. Because I'm getting bigger and bigger. All right, Michelle's going to draw a name today. Who wants to win? Oh, Zachary Lewis. Mia wants to learn how to knit.
That's my son.
Well, you have a connection.
All right, let's get this out of here. Get that sharing bucket. Okay, Michelle.
All right,
dig
Michelle.
deep, my friend. Dig
round
deep.
and round she goes. Where she stops, only Michelle knows.
Okay, let's see.
And the winner is
Carolyn Knoll.
Yeah,
Carolyn Knoller, all the way from Virginia.
All right,
whoa, we're going to do another one?
You want to do two. What the heck?
Whoa, good things coming too.
Whoa, who's that one? Oh, Marissa FH.
Marissa FH, yay, New Jersey. What exit is she from?
Lodi.
Lodi.
She's on the same street as my cousin Philip.
Wow.
Yep. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It was lots of fun to share Michelle's expertise with all of you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. It's great.
I've met some of you. I haven't met all of you, but I have met some of you.
What's up, Paul?
We have some more comments.
More comments.
Yeah. Deborah Jansen. My mom taught me to sew and knit around 6 or 7 years old. I sew more than I knitted until I retired, then started knitting again. And Maria Brandt says it took 3 people to show me granny squares, but hey, I learned. And knitting started when I was in my teens for a couple of years. And then we got a bunch of congratulations and have a great evening. And Nancy Park says, thank you, Michelle. Carolyn Knoller, wow, thank you so much. And more congratulations.
Okay, good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Don't forget, we still have raffle tickets. We've got our big anniversary celebration coming up August 10, 11, 12, and 13. What, Paul?
Not raffle.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. The fundraiser tickets.
Fundraiser.
So thank you, Paul.
Thanks.
Fundraiser tickets for the Lord family. You can, if you're a local, you can come in the shop. They're 10 for $10. If you're buying them online, they're 10 for $12. Just let us know what basket you want to put them in. But mostly we've got our big celebration coming up August 10, 11, 12, and 13. We're gonna post another event tomorrow online so that you can find out more information about that. Well, Paul, you got anything else going on there, honey?
No.
Okay. Good night, everybody. We love you. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Good night, all.